first started taking a pottery class, and that's just when I fell in love with it. So I wanted to tell you all the steps to making a bowl on the wheel. So throughout this presentation, I'll be showing you what to do with your hands, and if you want to follow along and do the same thing, you're welcome to. If not, that's okay too. So the first step to making a pot is sintering the clay. So you take a ball of clay and throw it on the wheel, and then you get your hands really wet, and the wheel is spinning very fast. And then you take your right hand and put it to the right of the clay, and your left hand and put it on top of your right hand. And then you just put all of your strength into the clay until it stops wobbling, and then you have a nice little cone shape. The next step is you take your right thumb and your left hand and grip your wrist. And pottery, one of the biggest things is to make sure that your hands are always working together. So you take your right hand and put your thumb in the exact center of the cone and start to press down. And then when you get the desired thickness at the bottom, you start to put both thumbs in the clay and pull out like this. Next is called pulling up the walls. And so you take 2 fingers and put them in the bowl, and then you start to pull up the walls like this, very slowly and very steadily. Now, you do that 2 or 3 times until you get the desired thickness. Next is shaping the bowl, and this is where you really let your creativity shine. So you can make it like a round bowl or a mug or a plate or anything like that. And lastly, you take your wire tool and you start to make the bowl level, which is really important for trimming the bowl, which is making the walls thin enough but not too thin. So you go very slowly and just make the top perfectly even. And that's the last step to making a bowl. This is an example of a bowl that I made in my class last semester. And as you can see, it's not perfect because I didn't cinder it very well, but it's unique, just like your bowl can be.